Welcome into your practice, coming into a comfortable position. You might bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest, beginning to soften into the mat here, really feeling the support of the earth beneath our body. Deep belly breaths here will start to land in our practice. When you're ready, we'll bring the knees up towards the chest. Maybe you rock a little side to side here. The right knee up and the left leg long. We'll bring the knee across the body, coming into a supine twist. Allow that right arm to open. Maybe the head and neck follow the arm, deepening the twist here. Allowing the body to soften. Breathing into the spine. One more deep breath here. And as you're ready, we'll come back through center. Switching the legs. Bringing the left knee over and across the body. Breathing into the spine. Feeling the body soften into the mat. You might soften the gaze or close the eyes if it serves you today. Coming back through center. Bring some gentle movement here, massaging the low back. Maybe you bring the nose up towards the knees. Noticing how the spine feels. As you're ready, we'll bring the feet to the floor in front of us. Grounding down into the mat here. We'll start to lift into a gentle bridge. Breathing deeply. On your next exhale, release, bringing the spine back towards the mat. Coming into bridge pose again. Deep breath in. And on your next exhale, we'll start to soften, coming back towards the mat. Deep belly breath in here. And when you're ready, we'll turn over onto the belly. However you get there is good. And coming into the middle of the mat, you might point the toes and bring the legs back a little bit. Bringing the nose to the mat. We're going to set up for baby cobra here. Inviting a gentle lift in the front of the body, palms directly under the shoulders. Gentle undulations here as we come up into baby cobra. And on your next exhale, release back down to the mat. Inhale is going to bring you up, moving gently through the neck. And exhale brings the nose back to the top of the mat. 2 more at your own pace, breathing here, allowing the breath to move the body. And when you're ready, we'll bring the hands to the forehead, resting here, breathing deeply, allowing the body to soften into the mat. On your next breath in, we're going to set up for pigeon. Coming onto hands and knees, we're going to bring the left knee in front of the body. Careful not to force the hip here. Using the thighs and the quads to support the body in this place. Releasing tension through the neck and shoulders, softening through the muscles of the face. Notice how the legs feel here. Pull the belly muscles in. And breathe. If you want more, you can start to walk the hands forward, bending the top of the body over the leg, softening through the neck and shoulders. If anything starts to feel like too much, child's pose is right there. Breathing deeply here, softening where we can. We don't need to force or struggle. We can simply allow the body to come into restorative space. Deep breath here. When you're ready, we'll come back up through center slowly. Maybe you bring the feet in, switching the directions of the legs on the mat. Coming into tabletop, we'll bring that opposite leg in front of us, setting up for pigeon on the other side. Noticing how the legs and glutes feel on this side. Maybe it's different. Pulling the belly muscles in towards the spine, softening the muscles of the face. Deep breath here. When you're ready, if you did so on the other side, slowly you can start to walk the hands forward, folding over the body if it's in your practice today. If anything ever feels like too much, child's pose is right there. Softening through the neck, softening through the shoulders. Going inward, noticing the breath. Deep belly breath here. And as you're ready, we'll begin to come up out of the pose. Gently bringing the legs back through center. You might widen the knees, coming into an extended child's pose here. Hips sit back towards the ankles. Hands reaching forward towards the top of the mat. Breathing into the belly. Allowing the space around the heart to soften here. Deep breath in. Coming up onto hands and knees into tabletop position. You might look over each shoulder towards those big toes, just at your own pace. Coming back into the belly here. With our hands out in front of us, we're going to set up for Sphinx pose. Toes point, belly muscles pull in towards the spine. And we'll start to open through the chest, opening through the front of the body, allowing the spine to settle here. Relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears. Notice if there's anywhere you can begin to soften. Maybe you unclench the jaw or soften the muscles around the eyes. And we breathe here, feeling the earth beneath us. Two more deep breaths here. And as you're ready, bring the palms to the forehead, softening down. Maybe you roll the head side to side, massaging the third eye. Coming in to a fully relaxed position here, allowing the body to melt down into the mat. On your next inhale, and coming back up, we'll bring the legs in front of the body. Sitting tall here, crown reaches towards the ceiling. As we settle into this place, we're going to hinge at the waist, coming to fold the upper body over the legs. No struggle or force here, just allowing gravity to naturally stretch the spine. Hands can fall wherever feels comfortable, tops of the shins or the knees. Maybe you wrap them around the ankles or the big toe. There can be as much bend in the knee as feels good today. Softening here, noticing how this forward fold feels. Allowing every exhale to bring you a little bit deeper into the stretch. On your next exhale, we'll come out of the pose. Sitting tall here, grounding into the mat. Left leg comes in front of the body. Right leg reaches over, ankle next to the knee, coming into a twist here. We're going to twist gently to the right. Every exhale, bringing you a little farther into the twist. Crown reaching up towards the ceiling. Really gentle with the spine here. We don't want to force any part of the twist. Allowing the belly muscles to relax here. Noticing how the hips and legs feel. Settling into our breath. Maybe we make the exhales a little bit longer. On your next breath in, we'll come back through center. Switch the legs. This time the right leg comes in front. The left leg comes up and across. Twisting in the opposite direction. Twisting to the left here. Bring the shoulders down away from the ears. Reaching the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Breathing into the belly. Every exhale naturally bringing you deeper into the twist. You might soften the gaze or close the eyes. 2 more deep breaths here. And as you're ready, we'll start to come out of the pose. Bringing the feet in front of the body. Coming into bound angle here. Allowing the spine to be long, sit bones grounding into the mat. You might start to open the feet like pages of a book, massaging the soles of the feet, the ankles, noticing how the feet feel today. Maybe you rock a little side to side. And as you're ready, we'll come down onto our back, bringing the knees in towards the chest. Maybe you lift the nose up towards the knees, allowing the muscles of the spine to soften here. Bringing the feet back down to the mat. We're going to come into some gentle bridges here, activating the glutes. Start to roll up into a bridge. And back down, allowing the vertebrae of the spine to come back to the mat. Deep breath in, peeling the spine off the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae. Holding it there for a minute. And we'll come back down. One more time. Rolling the spine up off the mat, coming into that bridge pose. And breathe here. And with control, we're going to bring the back down onto the mat. Knees rolling in, a little gentle movement here. Coming back into our twist, we'll bring the left knee in and across the body. Opening through the left arm. Maybe you turn the head to the left. Noticing how that twist feels. Deep belly breath brings you back to center. We'll swap to the other side. Right knee up and over, opening through the right shoulder. Maybe you turn your head to the right. Breathing into the twist here. On your next breath out, pull the knees back into the chest. We're going to lift the legs into legs up the wall. You might point or flex the toes here. Hands can come behind the thighs or behind the calves to support the leg. Bringing the legs back to the mat, feet flat on the floor. I'll invite you to bring one hand to the belly and one hand to the chest. I invite you to stay here as long as you like, absorbing the efforts of your practice today.